That might no, he's just kind of building pylons around the map for kind of a blockade. I think he's expecting that. Well, he's obviously expecting this because he has that observer out. But a decent sized force by Hwasin, I would go now.
That's the thing though, is he needed to have built his extra factories like 2 minutes ago, and he's just now finishing his third and fourth factories, and even then he's only going to have 4 factories, whereas Bisu is going to have he's already got 5 gateways up and probably a 6th coming soon. So really, and basically Hwasin, I think he could have made that push if he'd gone into macro mode a couple minutes earlier, but he's just now kind of getting those extra factories now. It looks like he is pushing out. There's kind of a battle going on here, sending out the Marines first since they're kind of worthless now anyways, and Vultures in front. So this is going to be kind of a deciding point at this point to see how this battle goes. Wow, Rizella got totally picked off by those tanks.
Bisu's so good with those drops, but wow, good job, Hwasin, keeping those 4 Marines up. He's going to basically try to shoot down that dropship, forcing that dropship out of position. Hwasin isn't, or sorry, Bisu isn't just going to be able to do those zealot drops on Hwasin as he wishes. In the meantime, more zealots coming up. He's going to try to deal with those Marines so he can kind of open up that drop option. And here we see that push, that just steady push.
Yeah, that was pretty key, actually, keeping those Marines around. Hopefully he'll get some Goliaths soon. I always wonder why the heck Terrans don't get at least a Goliath or 2 to fend off shuttles, and they just sit there and let Protoss players just like drop stuff all over their siege tanks for no reason at all, when all they would take would be a couple Goliaths hanging around in the back with Chiron boosters. But at least he does have those Marines, so he was able to fend that off a little bit better. He is getting that 3rd base set up now as well, so economically they're about even, and we just saw militarily they kind of clashed and both sides kind of fell back, so militarily neither side has a terrible advantage.
Looks like Hwasin's going to take an economic edge, but it looks like Hwasin just spotted that out, getting that expansion in the upper left-hand corner. Really, it looks like both are kind of going into long-range mode. Hwasin's just going to try to supplement this, get 2 more factories down, and again, he's just going to try to do a steady push and try to win this in the long run. We'll see how successful. I like that. Drop the mine right behind for the zealots, but not effective there. Gets taken down by those dragoons right next to him.
Yeah, I remember that's actually when Stork, who I would consider basically equal in Protoss versus Terran play to Bisu. That's how Iris actually beat him, is just by kind of just slowly and steadily just moving forward, and turrets and a few tanks and a few vultures and a few turrets and a few tanks, and just down his throat, just steadily and steadily and steadily. I mean, that's basically how you have to do it, although I don't see Hwasin putting up those turrets though, or getting the Goliaths or something for the anti-air, which is an integral part of that equation in order to make that push really work.
It looks like in the meantime what he's just going to rely on is his comm set to detect any Dark Templar, and he's not going to put up turrets. He's not going to bother with dealing with that dropship at the moment. I'm surprised. Yeah, I would like to see a Goliath out there too, maybe just 1 or 2, or even a couple Marines basically, to do some neutral damage to that dropship should an attempt an attack, especially as you hear those mines going off. When you plant mines for defense, Bisu's one of those players that's really good about guiding mines into your basically into your forces.
Yeah, he's incredible at doing that, dropping the zealots, and somehow the zealots are already running towards the tanks when they drop out of the shuttle, and just
big fight here. We'll see who comes out on top here. We got a whole bunch of dragoons going up, kind of shielding, using that front tank.
These are just
we'll see. He's got a large tank force.
There's the tanks up there. Okay, yeah.
He's just kind of shielding with those vultures.
That's exactly what he needs to do, is shield those vultures. Hwasin getting an expansion in the bottom right, but it's been spotted. It's probably going to get taken out by those couple goons right there. Hwasin would probably like to go down there and save that base, but I think he's kind of... Oh, okay, I thought it was a little bit farther away than... I thought Bisu's main force was in between. It looks like Bisu's moving up, though.
Yeah, wow, Bisu's going to stake out that other expansion. He's basically going to say, oh yeah, I'm going to starve you in the long run if you just try to do this kind of shell-up method.
Pretty ballsy.
Yeah, he got a Goliath out. That's
Finally, Goliath. Bisu taking the expansion right next to, on the left side of Hwasin's main. That's kind of insulting again, actually. Yeah, finally he gets those Goliaths out. So it's possible Hwasin. Oh, arbiters. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Hwasin needs to hurry up and win this quickly, because if he does not... Oh, Templar on the ground! Oh, man! So many... about 4 or 5, looks like. He got about 4 or 5 SCVs there. There's that Dark Templar on the ground. That's going to be taken out, and that Archon's going to be taken out. But a little bit of damage done. And really, this is going to be a delay tactic here. If Bisu can just hold out until that Arbiter comes out, it's going to be extremely difficult.
Tanks.
Oh my god, it's huge fight!
There are no Zealot bombs to be spoken of here. It looks like Hwasin is taking that battle right there. Hwasin has a huge amount of troops on the ground. I'm not sure where all Bisu's troops are, but they're not there to battle Hwasin. Hwasin, in the meantime, moving up just outside, parking almost outside of Bisu's expansion. That Goliath is there. He's not targeting the shuttle with the Goliaths, though, so Bisu dropping the Zealots anyways. That's kind of poor management by Hwasin, but at this point, he's not really going to care. He has too many... He has just an absolute shit ton of tanks here. Bisu has been out-macroed by Hwasin, and Bisu's going to have to do something interesting here to come back in this, even though he does have an economic gain. He's not going to have it in a minute.
This is really a delay tactic. Oh, we got that Dark Templar out. Let's see if that comsat comes down in time to save some of those troops. Yeah, that comsat's going to go. He's going to take care of it. This is really a delay tactic. If Bisu can get that Arbiter out, that's really going to shift the game in his advantage. But if he loses his base in the meantime to Hwasin, that's going to be that. So really, epic matchup. Let's see if he can delay it until that Arbiter comes out, until he gets some Psystorm. Psystorm going all over those tanks and vultures.
Yeah, I remember I was saying earlier that he needed the Storm, and that was the deciding factor. I'm surprised Bisu is usually all over the Templar. I would have expected him to have 6 or 7 High Templar in that last huge battle, but he didn't have any at all, and just finally making some High Templar. You can see it was freshly made, you know, just had the one Psystorm in it. So basically the lack of Storm is what has lost Bisu that battle, and honestly it looks like Bisu is going to end up losing this game because he is starving for forces. He doesn't have his usual huge armies to come back with. He has that Arbiter now, but the Goliaths are going to force it back to his base, and it looks like that Arbiter is actually probably going to die before it even has the energy to do any sort of stasis field or anything like that. And
yeah, exactly. Arbiters aren't that useful unless you have forces underneath them. In the meantime, Hwasin just pushing up brutally. That Arbiter's down. I gotta call GG right here. Hwasin's going to take this with just overwhelming forces.
Hwasin out-macroing Bisu. He is in Bisu's natural expansion, and that it's not going to matter very much to Bisu if he has those expansions in the top left and the bottom right and the top. Oh, Bisu GG's. He realizes that he is overwhelmed. Oh my god. Hwasin coming back and
you can see the relief on his face, doing the little forehead swipe there. Bisu looks stunned.
Like,
wow.
Oh my
God. He cannot believe it.
I gotta hand
Epic
that to
matchup.
Hwasin there.
Yeah. Excellent job on Hwasin. Epic matchup. Out-macroing Bisu. Really shoving it down his throat, saying, I'm here and I'm going to take this one. Wow. Awesome game. I hope you guys enjoyed that one.
Yeah, they will be rematching next week. This is a best-of-3 set. So next week, if Bisu wins the game, then it'll go to a third final game. But if Hwasin can take 2-0, not only will that be him taking the set, but that will be a definite huge message to the rest of the Star League that he is the one to be reckoned with in this Star League. Indeed, as Diggy said, hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.